So today's recipe offering is Caprese Couscous. So what I've done is I have in a pot of boiling water placed my couscous, and the directions and proportions are right on the packet for you. You stir it up, it has butter in there, and then you want to take it off the heat. As soon as you stir it, you want to put the lid back on and you want to take it off the heat. For this recipe, we will additionally need chopped up mozzarella, fresh basil, and tomatoes. You're going to allow the couscous to cool a little bit and for the water to absorb. So it usually takes 5 minutes before the couscous is completely done. And around 2 minutes or a minute and a half, you're going to open up the pot and throw in your mozzarella. This will allow it to be melty but not completely cooked, which is how we want it. And we have about 30 more seconds. You can see that the water is being absorbed by the couscous. I came across this because couscous is not only is it really cheap, but a little bit goes a long way. You can eat it any season. You can put it in almost anything, and it adopts flavors very easily because it doesn't have any of its own. So, just to make sure you know, in addition to the water, you need to put in some kind of oil or butter, which is what I used for this recipe. So, the couscous is about halfway done. I'm going to drop in my mozzarella, and I'm going to leave my basil and my tomato fresh, so with no heat. Again, we're going to allow that to just sit for a minute. If you hadn't already chopped up your tomatoes, you could use this time now to make your chopped items. And then I'm just going to get a bowl ready. You can also cook the couscous all the way and then add the mozzarella on top and use your microwave if you want to. But I also enjoy it this way. Just going to make sure so you can see that the couscous, the water is almost gone. And essentially the dish is done. You just need to get a bowl and your serving spoon. I'm going to give it one more moment just so those flavors can really marry. It's an excellent side dish. You can add a protein, like say you wanted to saute some shrimp and garlic. That would go very nicely with this. Chicken, beef, anything. Couscous is so adaptable, and I frequently forget about it. And I remembered it the other day, and I was like, oh, I'm going to make my Caprese Couscous. So I'm going to call it done. Now, normally if they didn't have the cheese in it, I would say take a fork and flake or fluff up your couscous. But see, you can see the strings of the mozzarella having melted because it doesn't take much time for that heat. Okay, yum. And then I'm going to take my basil and my tomatoes, put it over. You can add salt, you can add pepper, you could also add seasoning to the water, more seasonings if you like. I had a little Italian seasoning, and I'm going to take a bite. Mmm. Mmm. The tomato adds a really nice texture. The cheese is super melty. The couscous is nice and flavorful from the butter and from the Italian seasoning with the basil. Mmm. Try this one at home. Buon appetito.